Councillor Richard Morris here at Churchfields Farm, just out of Droitwich in Ladywood. Beautiful sunny day. I'm here to see what Churchfields Farm have done during COVID-19 and now how they've organised themselves to work safely for the benefit of the business and for the customers in terms of their approach. And I'd like to introduce you to Will Curtin. Morning, Will.
Morning, Richard.
How are you today?
Yep, very good. Sun's shining up here at Churchfields. We're very busy, and we're here on a help out to eat out day. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday is the run that we've got. So yeah, we'll be busy all day today through till 9 p.m.
And Eat Out to Help Out seems to have been really successful after the first week. Yeah, there's a lot of people taking advantage of it.
Yeah, very successful. We've had people coming from all over. Got a really good food offering. All the food that we offer here is pretty much homegrown, so the beef burgers, it's all cattle that we've reared here, so it's good quality fresh produce. Of course, we're famous for our ice cream, and plenty of that will be going down today with the sun shining.
I bet, that's true. Will, I know that Churchfields was really busy during the lockdown. You were doing food parcels then and people were coming and collecting them, is that right?
Yeah, so as a cafe we had to shut down, as other cafes did. The great thing about being a small business was we were able to react to that very quickly. So we started buying in local produce, which we were able to package up into food boxes. And we had people coming into the car park. They quite like the idea of the sort of fresh, open air, the countryside that's around us here. We were able to hand deliver those parcels to them as they pulled up in the car park. It did work well. It was a lifesaver for us because it meant we had an income stream that kept coming in, because all our wholesale ice cream to the farm shops, the National Trust we sell ice cream to, they closed all their doors. So all those wholesales of ice cream had shut down. So we were not quite twiddling our thumbs, but we were very worried about where the next check was going to come from.
And that's what we know of Churchfields, is the creativity, the diversification, from farming into ice cream and now many other activities. Looking around today, you've got plenty of people here and they're enjoying the sun but also enjoying the ice cream, the food, and going to the maze and the fairy trail as well, keeping families entertained. So how you managed to operate that diversification?
Yeah, so even before COVID came in, we talked about putting in a fairy trail, and traditionally we've done mazes. But what we've done this year, the fairy trail was put in mid-June, and it allows people over 1.5 kilometres to walk through the valley of Sourwarp, up through into an orchard. They can interact with the countryside, with nature. There's also an activity book for the children to do. And it takes them about an hour to an hour and a half, and it allows them to get out, to be socially distant from other people. We let people come and we set them off in sort of 5-minute, 10-minute intervals, so people are well spaced out. And it also means when they come back to the cafe and they're looking for something to eat or drink, everyone's not there at the same time. They've sort of been drip thread throughout the day. We took that idea. We couldn't do a maze, because a maze you'd have had people walking backwards and forwards into each other, and we didn't want to risk that social contact. So what we did, we developed the maze into a maze trail. We always have a bridge in our maze, and with the rainbow theme that's running this year, we built a big rainbow out of multicoloured plastic tubing, and actually there's a bit of a fundraiser there going for acorns. And what we have found with these trails is we've tapped into social media to let people know about it, but as well as us telling people, it's when families come, they put a post on Facebook, take a photo, it spreads the word. We've been very busy with the trails because a lot of people haven't gone away, they're looking for things to do.
Staycation, yeah.
The staycation, we've found a real nice niche there. And we haven't set the price that's out of reach. You're looking at £2 an adult, £4 a child. So a family of 4, for 10 or 12 pounds, you can have a really good day out. So add under 2s are free. And
a colleague of mine has coined the phrase, which I really like: be a tourist at home. This is the year to be a tourist at home. Find out what's in your own area and enjoy it. And they can do that with Churchfields, plenty. And you've made lots of effort to try and ensure that people are safe in the way that they can move around the site as well, haven't you? So
yeah, so lots of signage. asking people to respect social distancing. When they're queuing, we're asking people to queue for 2 metre spacings. We've got outside wash hand basins. We've got sanitizer points around the garden here where people are eating. Also, we've got a play structure. We ask parents to supervise their children at all times and to use the hand sanitizer. And actually, out on the trails, we've got hand sanitizer as well. We do ask people to bring their own sanitizer, but we provide that for them here. And we do have to have a word with people. I mean, some families turn up, they sit down, and I think they sort of switch off a little bit, sort of forget the sort of pandemic that we're in, and we do have to gently remind people, please keep your children under control, you know, respect other people that are here, keep them at their table when they're eating, but then go out, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the space. Once you're on the trail and you've got 100 metres between you and the next people, you can let the children run out a little bit and let them use up some of that excess energy. So that does work.
That's true. I think the one thing we found about COVID is if you're outside, you're generally okay. It's you need to enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah, and we've been very blessed with the weather, and it's fortunate for us because we're not actually doing any eating inside. You go into the cafe to buy a coffee or an ice cream or to use the farm shop. We've got our cowshed, as we call it, where we've got food on sale, and that's all outside. All the eating's outside. The only inside eating you can do at the moment is in the marquee, and we've opened up the gable sides to let the air run through. Because we understand people want to feel, you know, the wind on their faces, the fresh air, and that space between them.
And because weather will change at some stage, we know that. Unfortunately, we're in the UK. You're developing an indoor facility that people can still enjoy the Churchfields environment.
That's right. We've last year we built a fun barn. It was an indoor play. There's no indoor play in England at the moment, although I noticed Wales opened up today. But we're not going to do indoor play this year. So we've taken out all the indoor play. We've set up tables and chairs. It's a large space. It's 2,500 square foot of big, high vaulted ceiling. We've got lots of doors and windows that will open. And we've set out at the moment just under 80 covers. And we've got over 2 metre spacing between them, as well as glass screens. So when people sit there, they'll feel very safe and secure in their own bubble.
That's brilliant. And the ice cream sales will be really, really popular at the moment. Have you got any new flavours at all or anything?
Yeah, there's constantly changing flavours. I think the tried and tested pink bubblegum, blue bubblegum goes down really well with the children. Some of that's been developed into a sort of fairy dust ice cream that's gone down well. Parents, they still love the vanilla, the strawberries, the chocolates, and I think the discerning gentleman always likes a bit of rum and raisin.
And the salted caramel.
And the salted caramel, the Droitwich salted caramel. We can't go without that. And yeah, I think the weather, we were so lucky to have that dry weather in April, or March, April, May. We were rather apprehensive that if you have a very warm start to the spring or early summer, that we don't tend to see the good weather later on in the summer. But this year, touch wood, and I'm touching it all the time at the moment, it stayed good throughout August. We've got a few showers, I think, forecast this week.
A few thunderstorms, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, we're here at 30 degrees, just knocking on the door at 30 degrees. It feels really quite pleasant, certainly ice cream weather.
It's terrific. And like Churchfields do, from Mike through to Gillian, yourself, you look to the future, and you're looking at an education establishment now so that schools can educate with yourselves kids about the food chain and learn about farming. Is that right?
That's right. I mean, that's something Gillian and I are very keen on, is educating the next generation. We have in the past, we've had a lot of school trips come here, a lot of interest groups, get a lot of children out of the West Midlands conurbation, particularly Birmingham, who've never stepped foot on a farm before. And to be able to educate them, I mean, there's some very interesting facts that we get across. I think it's quite worrying when we hear some of the misinformation they've been given about farming. So to be able to correct that, show them what we're doing, how we operate and work with the best animal welfare practices in mind. That's not just us, that's British farmers as a whole. To see the interaction that we have between farming and the environment. We're very involved with a lot of environmental schemes here, renewable schemes with our solar panels and biomass boiler. I mean, to be able to show that off is really important. The biggest problem we've had in the past has been trying to get school groups under one roof. And the new Heritage and Education Centre that we're building will be the building that will be able to show people about the farming heritage. We'll be able to talk to them about Droitwich Salt. Droitwich Salt is made here on the farm. We want to be able to talk people through that process. To be able to do it undercover, under one big roof, will be absolutely spot on for us.
And that's terrific, and that's the reinvention, the diversification that we know Churchfields for, and I really respect the creativity and the ways you do that. I know you had some difficult times last year with the A38 and it being closed off, and for always you don't complain, you just look at trying to develop new ways to try and attract people to Churchfields and bring out new products. So well done, we're proud of you from Droitwich. It would be great to get a canal boat trips coming from Droitwich up to Churchfields, and I do think it's Churchfields world. I think you've created a farm but a tourism attraction here that can support any family and anybody at any time. So well done, please carry on with what you're doing.
Thank you, Richard, thank you for your kind words, and thank you to you and the other councillors for your support as well. We really appreciate it.
No problem, thank you.